What's going on, guys? Dr. Phil session. You're not familiar with Dr. Phil session. It's just basically where I talk about a topic that's nothing to do with the gameplay. So, yeah, let's move on. I'm going to talk about paranormal activity. Now, I mean this in a way as in, do I believe in ghosts and spirits and demons and, you know, all that stuff. So, yeah, it's hard for me to believe in that stuff, in all that stuff, because I've never experienced something that paranormal in my life. Like, I've never walked down the road and maybe seen a ghost at a graveyard, or I've never, you know, experienced, you know, a weird dream where I woke up and I seen a figure in front of me or anything like that. None like that's ever happened to me. And now I've heard stories like that and they're really interesting. Hard for myself to believe, but they can be very believable, like, you know, at times. A lot of elder people in my family believe in ghosts, like, for the reasons, some of them can't clearly explain why they do. Or, you know, it's, I don't know, the only person I've ever really kind of has explained it to me is my nanny. And my nanny told me stories about the banshee. And if you don't know what the banshee is, it's like an Irish myth. Basically, a banshee is like a spirit or ghost that is supposed to protect your family. But, like, I think it's 2 weeks before someone in the family is about to die. Now, banshees are supposed to be able to predict who's going to die in the family, so she kind of knows. So what happens is a family member, the family member who is not going to die, will see the banshee, and she will be supposed to be combing her hair while she's crying. And I think if you see one, you're not supposed to look at her. You're not supposed to stare in the eyes. You're supposed to just roll past. But it's supposed to mean that someone's going to die. And there's been a lot of stories which my nanny told me, which are a lot of her. It's hard for me to believe, but she believes it a lot, because when your friends tell you stories, you're like, okay, whatever. But when multiple friends come up to you and say, oh, this has happened to me, this happened to me, you can believe it a bit more. And that's what happened to her, you know, her friends told her, and then, like, someone died 2 weeks later, and that's what, you know, kind of happened. So that's kind of something, since that's like, it's an Irish myth, that's like, the banshee is only supposed to be for, like, particular Irish families for some reason. I'm not sure why, but that's just the way it is. Now, when you move on to, like, connecting with spirits, and this is like going on to Ouija boards, when you're talking about Ouija boards and stuff, it's different. Like, I would never touch a Ouija board, not because of the fact that I don't believe, or I believe in it or anything like that. I just don't, because people who believe in it and, you know, really into the Ouija boards and stuff, seem to know what they're doing on the subject, and a lot of people who mess around with them seem to get, like, fucked over really bad. Like, even if you don't believe in it, even if you don't believe in Ouija boards, or that, like, hold on, let me explain what a Ouija board is before I go on a rant about them. A Ouija board is a board which acts as like a link between you and a spirit. And I'll put a picture on screen right now. See it there? And then what it is you know, it'll move and stuff, and you'll have a like, you're supposed to, everyone has their finger on it, and it moves around the board, and you ask the spirit questions. Now, you're not supposed to do this, it's not recommended. But people who do believe in it usually get a good buzz out of it, and, you know, some people try to talk to their, you know, their dead parents or grandparents or ancestors, whoever, whatever the case may be. But a lot of people that don't believe in it and then do it, and it happens where it actually moves around, but no one else is moving it. You know, it's kind of just moving on its own, like the spirit's moving it. A lot of them get freaked out and very paranoid, you know. So what happens is they wake up and they'll see something at the end of their bed, and it could just be a shadow of, like, from outside, but it would absolutely freak them out, and it would feel like something's following you, or, you know, something, you know, a bang on your window, but it's just the wind really, you know, really loud, something hits off the window, you'll be freaked out. And that's why I'll probably never touch one of them. And yeah, guys, that's really it for the Ouija boards. I don't really believe in them. Maybe one day I will do a Ouija board and try it out, but so far nothing's paranormal happened to me. If any of you guys have saw a ghost or anything like that, please comment down the bottom, tell me a story. I might do another one of these. I'd like to hear the stories, though. The stories are, like, really interesting. So anyway, guys, I'm in Tenerife while you listen to this, so talk to you guys later. Bye.